Good evening, folks. This is Ben here from Happy Hannon Studios in the heart of Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Next video up is going to be part one of my review of each match. I'm going to break this into at least two, maybe even three, because there's a lot to unfold. I used to do the quickest review, and I try to be as quick as I can. However, I like to really break down each match a little bit. So again, this is a May to Remember 2. It was live May 18th at the Dome, home of Now That's Wrestling, right in Neenah, Wisconsin. So first match, we had the Baker Boys versus Beauty and the Beard, of course, of the McClure family. Beauty and the Beard were the champions. Baker Boys, the challengers. The match was good, however, a bit rushed. Now, it was rushed because, of course, the Bakers had another show that they had to get to in Milwaukee. So I felt like had the match been given 5 more minutes, it would have been a couple grades up. However, as always, those 4 people put on a hell of a show. Started out by the Beauty and the Beard surprising the Bakers from behind. Love swerves like that. Definitely had them on the ground. We're beating them up. However, let's be quite honest, the Bakers are big. I don't know if you've noticed that, but they're very, very big. And slowly started to take over. We got to see what the world famous Baker RKOs, tandem Baker RKOs. Every time I see them do that, I think, wow. And I said this in the last video when I was talking about them. I think Randy Orton would just be damn proud. It is a pretty amazing RKO. So, Baker's won. I cannot say I was surprised. Hopefully, it is not the end of Beauty and the Beard, as they are an amazing tag team. Love seeing them together. So we have new champions, new Now That's Wrestling tag team champions. Gave the match an 8 out of 10. Now, the only reason it wasn't maybe a 9 or a 10 was because it was a little bit rushed for obvious reasons. I will say, this match set the tone for the night, and I told the Glam God this at that night, is it got the crowd hot right away, and they never cooled down till the end of the night. I mean, it really was a great tone setter for the night. All right. Next up was not a match per se, but it was so amazing it had to be talked about. Next up, XTC got let out by Porn Stash with Preston Palmer and Johnny CK sitting out waiting. And it was an intervention. For those of you that go to all the shows, you will have seen XTC getting frustrated, a little bit angry. And it came to a head at the last show in Winneconne, where he took out some of his anger before Porn Stash said, "Come on, buddy, pull it in. So they were having an intervention. Now, we talked a lot about mustache rides lasting just too long. They're too intense to everybody, even his own partner, which was kind of weird because I've never seen him give his partner a mustache ride, not in public, at least. So, intervention, hugs, and then a moment of pure beauty. It was the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty swerve that nobody saw coming. Now, I saw the XTC part coming. He kicked him. I can't remember if it was Preston or Johnny CK, but kicked one of them straight in the face. Cool. Thought that's awesome. Awesome. That alone would have been cool, but I thought that he was going to turn on his own partner. I really did. Thought he was going to turn on his own partner. I was wrong. And again, I love being surprised in wrestling. I've talked about this in the past. Porn Stash turned 2. And I lost my ever-loving mind. It was all I could ask for and more. And they didn't just turn and then walk out. They beat the crap out of Johnny and Palmer. I mean, just beat the crap out of them. Wade kept trying to get in the ring to separate them, which refs do. One of them said to him, if you get in this ring, you'll never ref again. I thought that was awesome. Josh tried to get in there, separate him. If you come in here, we're going to bury you in the ring. And it's the little things that count. Come closer. Come on. No, a little close. It's the little things that count. Their demeanor turned. Their way they talk turned from face to heel. And the crowd was silent. When Porn Stash turned, the crowd was stunned. Nobody saw it happening. It was amazing. And then the boos started raining down. And as a heel, that's what you want. You want to take these fans who've cheered you for years and years and years and make them boo you. And they did that. A perfect shining example of how you do a turn. Again, I compare it to the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty turn, to the Hulk Hogan coming out as the third member of the NWO. That kind of turn at a local level. So, I don't normally grade segments. However, I give this segment a 10 out of 10. And I'd be amiss not to mention that Johnny and Preston sold it well. Without them selling it well, the beating they took wouldn't have been as good. So 10 out of 10, absolutely spot on, perfect segment, and felt different. It's not something you see in Now all the time. And I've got to wonder if this is because Smash and Josh are running the show now instead of Nathan, who took a trip permanently to Florida. It's just a thought. It's just a thought. All right, going to pause the video here. Going to take a commercial break, union mandated break, as it were. I'll come back with part 2 of reviewing the matches from Now That's Wrestling, a Made to Remember 2. I'll be back, everybody. Stay in your seats.